What is going on, you wonderful people? I hope you're having an amazing day. Today we're going to be looking at Bryan Cranston debating Bill Maher on white privilege. Let's just get right into it.
The president.
And let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you look at this guy's hat, Make America Great Again, what do you think about that?
Sweetheart, nobody has made more fun of Donald Trump than I.
I know.
So
I'm just
you
asking
can't
you-
get me on like, I like Donald Trump. I
I'm
don't
not
like
saying
that.
that.
Okay.
I'm not saying
And
that.
I get your point. I've said it myself. Yes, make America great again. I understand to a certain number of people that's a dog whistle about America was better when it was whiter. I get that. Okay.
But I will. Would you then also accept that there's a large swath of people in his camp and other people like him who have no clue that that's a dog whistle, that they think, oh yeah, make America great again is for everyone. But when was it great? Let me ask you this. I know, oh God.
I mean,
making
you know,
a big sigh. Come on.
No.
When was it great for African Americans in this country? When was it great?
Well, if you're applying for college now, I would say now.
So in our history, now it's great.
That was not a good answer. That was not a good answer at all. I can say that you can say this, right? Make America Great Again only refers to the economic systems in America, only refers to the economic booms, only refers to the economic stature that America once held comparative to other nations. That's what I would say. It has nothing to do necessarily with the interior of how we were treated as African Americans, how other races were treated. That's personally how I take it. I don't know.
Great.
I didn't say great. It's never great for anybody fully.
Well, never great for anybody?
Well,
Yeah,
life is full of
terrible.
problems. So great, yes, if your life is great, you're very lucky. Most people would not say my life is great. Would you say your life is great?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
That was
I would.
yeah. I mean,
And a lot of it has,
I'm glad for you.
and I've been privileged.
Yes.
Do you believe in white privilege?
I like the word advantage better. Because
Okay.
advantage is broader. Here's the reason why. When you say advantage, now, have I had advantages, especially growing up in, being again, we were born the same year, 1956. If you're born in that year, yes, you were a young person in the 80s, probably in the 80s, could like I have been up for a job at a comedy club when I was working little comedy clubs, and there was a black comedian, and they gave it to me instead because they thought I would do better being a white comedian, or that they were just maybe had racism in them. Yes, I think that probably could have happened, and that was wrong. Again, I didn't do it. I can't. I mean, we can't all
I'm not
be.
saying you're doing it.
No.
It's very strange. So I think you can say the word privilege. I think the word privilege is a good word to use. I think that you can say though that while white privilege does exist, other races have privileges too. Every race has a privilege specific to their race. Like for instance, right now, black people right now get a very big pass for just being racist towards every other race. It's very easy if you're a black person to make jokes about other races and everything like that without getting canceled. That is a privilege of black people right now. There's other privileges of other races that I don't know about because I'm not those other races, but I think that every race has a certain privilege. You know what I mean?
Recognizing that it exists.
I don't think I should be even questioned that I'm someone who doesn't recognize that it exists.
Right.
I have a pretty good record of speaking on the right side of civil rights issues. I just like to be real about where we are. And where we are is not where we were. And some people seem literally reluctant. It seems like they feel like the worse I think things are, the better person I am. That's what I get from a lot of the left, I think things are worse than you do, so that's what makes me good. And I just want the reality. I just want the truth.
I get that.
What is the truth of the situation? And again, I'm not decrying that these changes are made. I'm applauding it. I'm applauding it that it's great that if you're a black kid applying to college, you don't have to face discrimination like they used to. And very often those colleges and businesses also in America are trying to make up for their.
You say that if you're a black person applying to college, you don't face discrimination. It's like a net positive discrimination. It's a discrimination against everybody at this point, not just black people. If you're black, you pretty much get treated like you're dumber because you get a lower bar to get in, because of affirmative action. And if you're white, you don't get any of those privileges. So that's being discriminated against. If you're Asian, you don't get any of those privileges because you're like the highest of the high. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's getting discriminated against now, besides just one person, which it's never okay to discriminate against anybody. But I'm just saying, like, it's a very big difference now. You know, whether it's positive or negative, discrimination is discrimination.
Sorry past.
I think we're not really far apart. I think it's I mean, yes, are there factions that are on both extremes? Of course. But to say you're a liberal person, as I would consider myself, I think common sense is the law of the land. It's what should be. I think we are in a much better place than we've ever been before, as far as civil rights, as far as acceptance and
It's just, the people who are running the world now are millennials and Gen Zs.
No.
They're not, I think you're thinking of your generation, and they are still in place in some places. They're certainly not all racists who are in place, but yeah, there are, like I said, I don't know if we'll ever get rid of it completely, like any human flaw, but the people who are running things, I just don't think that's their mindset is, let's be racist to people of color.
They don't understand it, but they are innately that way.
Innately?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
No.
What have you been reading?
Oh, babe. Come on.
Is that white fragility or some bullshit like that?
It's not white fragility.
Well, that's the book. Is that where you're getting that
from? No.
But innately,
what is it called? Unconscious bias. Unconscious bias. Don't get me wrong. There are unconscious biases, except at the same exact time, they are not as pronounced as people like to make it seem. Everybody has biases towards other races. Everybody has biases towards other things, like just things in general. If you're too tall, if you're too big, too muscular, people look at you a certain way. If you're a man, even the man in general, get looked at a certain way. So everybody has implicit biases, or unconscious biases, except everybody can just have them. It's not as pronounced as people say in terms of race and all of that stuff. It's bullshit. Come on.
Like original sin, like we're toxically white born racist.
Not toxically, but you recognize your experience, and what we don't recognize often is the privilege that you said, the advantage that you have. We look at Congress. Look at the makeup of Congress. You cannot deny that is older white men are the predominant factor in Congress.
I mean, but
I don't have the stats in front of me. No. But there's plenty of people in color in Congress, and yes, we are moving from a place where it was all white. We get it.
Yes.
But what direction is it going? And I'd like to.
That's the main point, I would think. What direction is it going, and exactly why is it majority white people in Congress and all of that stuff? Come on, we already know that the country was founded by white people, European people. So what do you mean? Like, it was founded by the original Americans, not the original Americans. We got the natives. Except, you know what I mean? Like the actual, like when a country was colonized and everything like that, that was, like European people. It was white people. So of course we have to, if people want to get out of there, they can. But I'm just saying that's what it originally was. So of course it would still be majority that.
To see the numbers in Congress. Certainly in the Democratic Party, I bet you they're at least representative percentage-wise.
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Less so in the Republican Party, but I have to tell you, Republicans are doing better and better all the time with people of color.
I hope so.
Because the woke shit actually doesn't help any black people. See, to me, this is the difference between liberalism and wokeism. Liberalism is about lifting people up. Woke is just about self-loathing and hating yourself and scolding everybody and virtue signaling. It doesn't actually help anybody.
Exactly.
Lifting people up who have gotten a bad shake in this country, who are for some reason downtrodden or have been cheated.
He is right. I think motivational talk is more so what the black community needs right now. We don't need this victim blaming, this victim mindset and all of this stuff. We need hope. Hope. Well, not me specifically, because, I'm pretty good at what I do now. I work 70 hours a week. I work pretty hard. I do this. Just got monetized recently. I do this. So me personally, I'm okay. So I'm just talking about my morale is in my sense of self. So I'm okay. Except a lot of people need that group think stuff, like that community. A lot of people do need that. And I think that would benefit the black community greatly. That. And I think that honestly, black people are the ones that have to give it. It can't be from white people because at the same time right now, black people don't even trust white people too much. They never did. The people I'm around right now, some of them don't even like white people, which is racist. But at the same time, it is what it is. They have been conditioned to think this stuff. So with that being said, though, I'm just gonna let the video, end right here for me. My name is J Dottie. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Peace.